Good morning, students. Today we will start with the Maths 2, that is your class standard 9. We will do today problem set 2 of chapter 2. So first question already we have discussed. So now the question number 2. So just take out your textbooks, turn to page number 22. So question number 2, we will start with the question number 2. So in the question number 2, the question is asked, ray PQ and ray PR are perpendicular to each other. So point B and point A are interior angles, are interior and exterior of angle QPR respectively. Ray PB and ray PA are perpendicular to each other. So draw a figure showing all these rays and write. So here this is the diagram for question number 2 and we have to find a pair of complementary angles according to the diagram. So a pair of complementary angles according to the diagram, the answer is, that is angle QPB and angle BPR. Another one is angle BPR and angle APR. Complementary angles means 90 degree. So here you can see angle QPB. This is less than 90. And here angle BPR. So if this two will be added, we will get 90 degree. So that is pair of complementary angles. Similar way, this two, if you will add, we will get 90 degree. Now the second bit is a pair of supplementary angles. A pair of supplementary angles means when you will add, we will get 180 degree. So angle QPR and angle APB. So from the diagram you can see angle QPR and angle APB. So if you will add these two angles, we are getting 180 degree. Now a pair of congruent angles. So congruent angles means equal angles. So angle QPR and angle APB. These two are congruent angle. That is, again we will go through the diagram. That is QPR 90 degree and angle APB, this is also 90 degree. So it's a congruent. So now the third question, that is prove that if a line is perpendicular to one of the two parallel lines, then it is perpendicular to the other line also. So according to the question, the diagram will be like this. AB and CD, two lines, parallel lines, and this is the perpendicular to both. So perpendicular made. So this is R and this is S. So in the given, what we will write? In the given, that will be line AB is parallel to line CD. Okay. So line AB is parallel to line CD. Line OE intersects to whom? Which line intersects line AB, where in point P, and line CD in point Q. So line OE is perpendicular to which line? That is AB. That means, that is angle OPB equals to 90 degree. So now to prove what we are going to prove, that is line OE is perpendicular to line CD. That is, what is the brief here? Angle PQD equals to 90 degree. So now we'll start with the proof. So here line AB is parallel to line CD. And what? And line OE is the transversal. OE is a transversal. So parallel line formulas, properties we will use. Therefore, that means angle OPB equals to angle PQD. So angle OPB equals to 90 degree. That means, therefore, angle PQD is also 90 degree. Correct? If angle line AB is parallel to line CD and O is the transversal, that means OPB equals to PQD. Why? Because it's a pair of corresponding angles. The reason what you will write? Pair of corresponding angles. Pair of corresponding angles. So that means here what is it is angle OPB equals to 90 degree. Why? Because line OE is perpendicular to line AB. This is the reason. Therefore, angle PQD equals to 90 degree. Hence proved. Now question number 4. So question number 4, the diagram is given in the textbook. So in the figure, measure of some angles are shown. So measure of some angles are shown. So using the measures, we have to find the measure of angle X and angle Y. So hence show that line L is parallel to line M. That means we will start it first with this. That is what is given. That is line N is the transversal. It is given in the diagram. Line L is the transversal of what? Of line L and line M. That is given. So angle X is the vertically opposite angle. Angle X is the vertically opposite angle of the angle. Which one? Of the angle measuring 130 degree. Of the angle measuring 130 degree. That means you can see these two angles are vertically opposite angles. That means what we can write? Therefore, angle X equals to 130 degree. Put it equation 1. Similar way, what we will go through? Angle Y. Angle Y is the vertically opposite angle with which one? Vertically opposite angle of the angle measuring which angle? That is of 50 degree. You can see angle Y and angle 50 degree is vertically opposite. So here, therefore, angle Y equals to 50 degree. Put it equation 2. After that, we got angle X and angle Y. Now what we will do? Angle X plus 50 degree equals to 130 degree plus angle X plus 50 degree equals to, that will be equals to 130 degree plus what? 50 degree. What we are getting? 180 degree we are getting. That means angle X and 50 degree. They form what? They are forming a pair of interior angles. They are forming interior angles on the same side of the transversal. That means we reached our proof, that is, therefore line L is parallel to line M. Why? The theorem we already done, that is interior angle test. Hence proved. Now we will go through the question number 5. So question number 5 is given with the diagram in your textbook. So question number 5 is given line AB is parallel to line CD and line CD is parallel to line EF. AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. And then what is given? And line PQ is the transversal of these three lines. And if it is given, if X is to Y is to Z, Y is to Z equals to 3:7, then find the measure of angle X. So we have to find the measure of angle X. So now we will start with the solution, that is line CD is parallel to line EF. It is given. And what? QP is the transversal. Line PQ or QP is a transversal. It is given in the question by the diagram. So Y is to Z, it is given 3:7. So we will let now, that is let Y equals to 3A and Z equals to 7A. See, whenever the ratio comes, whenever this ratio form comes, we cannot take directly the value. We have to multiply a common multiple. Here we have taken as A multiple. But, so next what we will write? But Y equals to B, because it's a vertically opposite angle. From the diagram you can see it is vertically opposite angle. So from the diagram you can make out, that is B and Y. This is vertically opposite angles. So next step what we will write, that is B plus Z equals to 180 degree. Why? Because interior angle, that is interior angle theorem we have already done. So interior angle theorem. Then what? So in place of B, what? In place of here, so what we can write? B is what here? 3A plus 7A equals to what we can write here? That is 180 degree. See here, Y equals to 3A, okay, but Y equals to B, so B plus Z. So in place of B we are substituting 3A. Similar way, Z in place of Z we are substituting 7A. So 3A plus 7A equals to 180 degree. That means 10A equals to 180 degree. Are you getting, students? Now A equals to 180 upon 10. That is, what is the value we are getting for A? That is 18 degree. So here we got the value for A. So we can find out with 3 multiply A. 3 multiply 18, that is 54 degree. Similar way for Z also we can find 7A, that is 7 multiply 18, that is 126 degree, correct? So now line AB, another one we will go through. Line AB is parallel to CD and line PQ, QP is a transversal, okay? So transversal, that means angle X, angle Y, what they form? They form a pair of interior angle. So if they are forming the pair of interior angle, that means on the same side of the transversal, this is the reason. So here you have to write every reason in your answer. So X plus Y equals to 180 degree. So here again with the diagram we will go through it. X plus Y, they form interior angle with the same side of the transversal. Similar way this we have done, now this. So here X plus Y equals to 180 degree. So Y value already we got, that is 54 degree. So we can find the value for X, that is 180 degree minus 54 degree. So X equals to 126 degree. Hope you have understood this one. So next I'll give in the next lecture.